Greetings, everyone. This is Kemetic Arts, aka Kemetic Yoga and Reiki. We are going to be doing a basic sun salutation this morning. For you guys, if you'd like to learn Kemetic Yoga and take my class, it will begin April the 4th through May the 3rd, a 6-week class, right? For Saturday and Sunday at 7 to 8, and it's for 12 classes. So if you do the math, and it's for $150, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. And if you do the math, it's only like about $12.50 a class. I used to do drop-ins for $10, and that's still very, very low for $12.50 a class. But you pay and register. You got till a day before to register. After that, I'm not taking any until the next class starts. Okay, the next 6 weeks start. We'll be learning Kemetic Yoga together. I've been an instructor for 3 years this September. Got it into September 2017. So I'm a beginner instructor. We'll learn together at a beginner level, and that's what's so good about it, because we'll be able to take this journey together, and we'll be able to grow and see the transformation together, and cheer each other on, and have our little stories when we come online the next day about how sore we are. So this is a patient journey. This is a journey about being patient with the self, evolving the self, and growing with the self. This is a journey about being one with the breath, the divine shoot, right? Our prana, our chi, right? This is about the rising, the raising of the kundalini, right? The serpent goddess energy that's coiled down at the base of the root chakra. So this is about all kinds of alchemy and magic and heka and Reiki, baby, all 4 in 1. Because girl gonna give it to you, okay? I'm wrapped up so tight, it ain't even, okay? I'm dynamite, okay? like JJ off of the good times, dynamite, okay? So, I look forward to seeing y'all in the class. You gotta pay first. You got 24 hours, I'm taking up to the time of that, that night at 11:59, and then that morning I'm getting up and I'm starting the class. And if it's just me, it'll be just me. But, you'll have to catch the next one. So $150 for 6 weeks, 12 classes, Saturday and Sunday starting at 7 a.m. And at a time like this downtime, this pause time, this time for before, the close out, and we have the pause, and then we begin anew, right? So this is a good time to install and get those new habits, into your mind, so that you can continue these habits, through the next millennium or the next decade. 2020 is about clarity, and we want to be transparent, and we want to know where we're going. And this is a time to reflect on where we're going and where we want to be, and the things that we're unhappy and the habits that we don't like. This is the time to change those habits and do something positive in their place, okay? Because you have to start somewhere. I'm not saying you have to start everywhere. You see all the things that I've done below in the description box, and those are there. Those I incorporated over time. I didn't just fall into all of them. A spiritual person grows and encompasses everything about their own independence, right? It's not just doing yoga. It's not just being vegan. It's not just reading tarot. It's you do all of it, okay? You don't just do some of it, because a spiritual practical application person knows we encompass everything. If we are light workers, if we are spiritualists, whatever, we have to incorporate all of it into our daily lives. We don't pick and choose. It's like some people go to church and pick what they want out of the Bible, right? That's not the way it works. So, but we're going to learn Kemetic Yoga on a basic beginner level. I welcome you to the class. Thank you. If you're thinking about joining, or if you want to join, please do, join. My information will be below. And when the class starts, pre-registration is open. We got about, a few more days to go before April the 4th, okay, where we're going to begin our Kemetic yoga class with Kemetic arts yoga, right, and Reiki. So I will incorporate other yogas as well between when we get there, when the spirit or energy says. I will incorporate some of the half of, yoga as well, right? So, you don't have to worry about that. We'll do a little bit of mixture of both advanced yogis are welcome, medium, intermediate yogis are welcome, beginner yogis are absolutely welcome, okay? So we're gonna start with our basic sun salutation. And every morning when you rise, you wanna do your warm-ups. I have warm-up videos below that you can do. And do your warm-up first, then you go into this. So I've already pretty much warmed up, and we know that in Kemetic yoga that we do both sides of the body, right? So you gotta make sure you stay balanced on both sides of the body. So whatever you do on the left side of the body, you do on the right side of the body in equal amount of repetitions, okay? So we're gonna do basic sun salutation. We'll do left, we'll do right. We'll do left, we'll do right. We'll do left, we'll do right. And that'll be the end of the basic sun salutation. That is at least probably 15 to 20 minutes right there. If you add the 10-minute warm up, 5 to 10 minute warm up, that, or 15 maybe, that's already 30 to 45 minutes. So you will get an all-around workout when you do the basic sun salutation. If you're running for time in the morning and you just want to get something in and get everything, get your air and oxygen flowing because you've been laying down all night, get your juices flowing, moving the gas, massaging the organs, keeping everything slim and trim. You would want to do this in the morning, before you go to work, and you'll feel great all day long. You can even do it at night before you go to bed if you like evening, yoga to help you relax. You can do a couple of stretch, flexibility poses and postures, to kind of get things relaxed and relieve that tension for the day, okay? So we're gonna start off with, I wish the sun was out, but because I like to face the sun when I do it. But you're gonna start at the beginning of the mat because you're gonna go into a lunge. So with the basic sun salutation, you always wanna start at the beginning of the mat, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the two big toes together and slight opening at the back, making a pyramid, kind of like that. These are my first two fingers are my big toe, and see how my heels are not touching. So kind of like a pyramid in the back of your feet, okay? You always want to keep that connection, to your body or to Mother Earth or to your mat, okay? You always want to keep the connection as best you can. Don't worry about you're not flexible or you might be overweight. It doesn't matter the size. Yoga doesn't have anything to do with the size. This is about energy. And where there's resistance or restrictions, or limitations in the body, that is where energy is not able to move, freely, right, through the body. Those are channels, and we got to open up those channels, so it's more than to Kemetic yoga than people think. My hamstrings are tight. I'm 3 years and them boogers ain't let loose yet. Okay, I can move certain ways, right? I'm flexible certain ways, because when I was little, I did gymnastics and I used to do splits all the time. But now, since I've gotten older, I stopped. And so all this just blocked. In the back, the hamstring is so tight, and it takes a couple years, few years sometimes, 3 to 4, maybe 6 years for your hamstring to really get that flexibility. So this is a journey, y'all. This is not a race. This is not to see who's the most flexible and pliable or who the most finest and nothing like that. Your body is your body type, okay? But it's a journey of the self and knowledge of self and seeing where you can benefit from it and what you can do to better benefit from it, okay? So we're going to begin with the basic sun salutation. And you're going to put your hand down at your side like this and stand up straight. And that's one thing I like about it, because it's always about the posture, the alignment, the position, right? The postures, the breath, the alignment, and having that balance. And that's what I love about Kemetic yoga, because when you do it for so long, you're no longer like this. You all of a sudden you're in the car and you're like, wait a minute, you know, because you're doing all those breaths and breathing that you're like, wait a minute, that ain't the way I'm supposed to be sitting. You'll correct your own posture without even realizing it. When you do it for, you know, a period of time, you won't even slouch. Everything will just fall into line, and it aligns the spine anyway. So I love it. I hope you guys love it too, and I'm excited, and I welcome you in. Matter of fact, I expect y'all to join me in my class April the 4th through May the 3rd, because you know your sister is on and live and popping, baby, and I'm gonna keep it fun, and I'm gonna keep it, you know, relaxing for us at the same time. Okay, so her root position, right? Let's fold those arms out, rotate those shoulders back, and let's go up. And I know you don't see my hands right now because I'm up close, but most of it is down low. So what I'm gonna do is step back, and this is how my hands are. And when I get ready to do the lunge, I'll move up to the front of the mat. But I just want y'all to see. So this is Tekken, right? And I'm gonna go into the ka. So when I go into the ka, I'm gonna come bring my palms back down center. So I'm changing this up from what I used to do. So I'm gonna add a little extra stuff in there today. So palm center. And let's go back up, and we're gonna go into ka. And when we go into ka, we come back like this, right? And we bring the two hands, the thumbs together like this. And when we do that, when we go from Tekken into ka, we go like that. Okay, come back up. We're gonna bring those hands together like that. Bring those three fingers together, then stretch those first two. And we're back into Tekken. So we're gonna go like this. Right? Now, lean forward. So that is into ka, right? Fingertips touch the mat. You might have to stoop a little bit to be able to, you know, get your fingertips on the mat, and that's okay. Okay. Put your knuckles on the side of the foot. You know, your knuckles against the mat as good as you can. I know some of us got this midsection right here, so we can't go, you know, too far. So you can do it like this. When you're doing it like this, right? You can stoop until you can get there, right? You can, until the hamstring let up, and you can put those knuckles down, right? So it's just showing you where the resistance is, right? Where the energy is not flowing. And then you're going to embrace the ankles, right? So I'm going to turn back around. So it's okay if you stoop a little bit to get down there, okay? Embrace the ankles. Pyramid fold, you're going to close in the space, make pyramids with your elbows. Chest to the knee, the chin to the knee, the chest to the thighs, right? Try to close it in as much as you can. Pyramid palms, right? This is Kemetic fold. Pyramid palms down to the mat. And you want them flat, but like I said, until you're able to get that resistance, that tightness out, your palms may not touch. They may be like that. So do what you can. It's not a race, okay? We're growing and evolving together, okay? Nobody's under pressure here to prove anything, okay? So pyramid palms against the mat. Slide the hands on side of the feet, and we're going to step back into lunge. And that's why you have to be at the front of the mat when you do it, because you got to pull that right foot back, right? So these palms are supposed to be like that. So that's our end. That's our end goal. Okay, so when you're doing the lunge, even if you're like this or you're halfway there, don't worry about it. Everybody will be flexible at different points in time, at different poses and postures. So you can't compare yourself to nobody else. So don't do that either, okay? So this is about the self. This is a journey to the self, okay? Only you matter, okay? So then up halfway, you know, strengthening those thighs, stretching this front, strengthening that core, right? Up halfway. I'm just popping my neck. Don't hold your breath, because if you hold your breath, you're gonna start wobbling and you might fall over. So down, back down, ground this knee and ground that foot. And what we mean by ground, when we say we're coming out of lunge, right? And we ground the knee, ground the foot. That's what we mean. I know you don't see it when I'm back there, so that's why I'm showing you. Because I'm not doing it from the side, right? So after we ground the knee and the foot, we embrace the left knee. Come back up, hands spread east and west, right? I don't know why I'm looking crooked here. East and west. Left over right. Always left hand over right, okay? And lean forward, chest out, chin up, arch the back. We can add that, and these fingertips should touch the mat. But see, you have to be able to be flexible enough to go back. So when you're doing these poses, don't force yourself. Know your limit and stay there. Don't, because you can injure yourself if you try to force it too soon before you're ready. So don't do that. Don't do any exercise before a doctor, talking to a doctor. That's my disclaimer, of course, because you don't want to injure yourself. And some poses you can't do when you have certain injuries or if you're pregnant, okay, because it can hurt the baby. And then if you have back problems, it could hurt your back even more, okay? So that's why you check with your doctor, because your doctor supposedly will know, you know, if you can, your heart is good enough for it, or if you had back surgery, if you can, you know, be able to do, or he can give you some limitations, right, to stay within the parameters. So, so now we're gonna go, what did I do, left over right? So I'm trying to walk y'all through this so you can, it'll go faster, but I'm trying to walk you through it so you can kind of see what it is I'm doing. But the videos down below have me actually doing it. You can find the basic sun salutation, beginners or whatever. I have plenty of videos down below. So you're gonna lean forward, we did that. We come back up, right? So then we're gonna say chest to knee, right? Let me do this again. So embrace, come back up, left over right, right? Chest to knee, right? Palms to mat, right? And they should be flat. Remember, we always want that connection. That's the end goal, right? We always want the foot to be planted, right? Feel it from the tip to the heel, planted against the mat. Even the palms planted. But I got some more going to go. So when we do that, chest to knee, palms to mat, okay, then we're gonna get on that toe and we're gonna extend the leg, right? And we're gonna bring it down into pyramid, right? Pressing through the back of the leg. If your heel cannot touch the floor, that's okay. Hop on your toes in those pressure points. Chest up, right? And we're gonna dive cobra. So you can do this one or two ways. Go down on your knees first as an alternative, then ground your feet like I said, and dive cobra, which is crown, chin, chest, right? Like that. Look up, Gaze upward. Right? Working that throat chakra, down there in that root and that sacral area with this cobra pose. Right? The sciatic nerve. Then you're gonna curl your toes and you're gonna come back up pyramid. Now you can't just go from here like that. Do it from the knee again until you're able to. So when we come out of the cobra, you're gonna curl those toes, come to the knee, and then come back up again. And that's an easier alternative for some people to do, and it's okay. Because we're not trying to injure nobody. High on your toes again, chest out. Those pressure points on those toes, that's foot reflexology. Down on the knees, Haru Hamket, like that Sphinx position on our wall. That is Haru Hamket. So ground the foot, left, right, left, and down. Into the Sphinx pose, right? The Haru Hamket. Gaze forward, shoulders down, chin up. So you're doing this, shoulders down, chin up, gazed at some type of fixed point that you got your eye on, right? That's teaching you focus. So whatever you're gazing at, you hold it there, okay? Breathing. Stay true to your breath the whole way through. You know, don't hold your breath. Reach those hands forward. And then we're gonna dive cobra again. Crown, chin, chest. Into cobra, I call it the 4 C's. Gazing upward, right? Chin up. Curl those toes back into pyramid. Y'all can go through the knees. I'm going up to the pyramid. Right? Adjust those feet and hands. Getting that blood circulating to that brain, that oxygen. High on your toes. Chest out. Right? And close child's pose. Come down on the knee. Ground the foot, and we're gonna surrender with the child's pose, right? Come back up to rectangle position. And now we're gonna do the right side. So I've showed y'all the first one. I'm just gonna go on through this right side, okay? But I kind of wanted to let y'all be able to see what was happening, you know, kind of in a slower pace, okay? And you don't have to try to keep up, you know, with anybody. Go at your own pace, okay? So back into lunge. We're doing the right side of the body, right? Up. This is helping with balance. The core, the thighs, the hamstrings, right? The balance. And you're gonna shake. Who are you gonna shake? Don't hold your breath. And down. Ground the knee. Like I said, embrace the right knee. Almost like a salutation, ain't it? Oh, take a knee to Mother Earth. Woo, yes. Hands up, east and west. Right? Left over right. Let's go forward, chin up, arch the back. All right, come back up, chest to knee, palms to mat, curl that toe, and let's extend that leg. Pyramid. Just those feet and hands, high on the toes. And dive cobra. So you're gonna dive cobra. If you're gonna go straight down, you can plank it down, or you can, and come up, however you need to do it. I'm weaker on my left side than I am on my right side. That's why I like to plank it and get a push-up in. but it lets you see where you're off balance at. And that's what I love about yoga. It lets you see the how off balance, like if you're right-handed, your left side would be off balance, a little bit weaker. Curl your toes up, pyramid, up, it's a daisy. Just your feet and hands, press through those heels though. Try to get those heels, your foot flat on the ground. Right? Height on your toes, reflexology. And Haru Mket. But that's what I like about it, because you're adding that strength to that opposite side. You know, if you're right-handed, you're adding that strength and balance to the left side. And if you're left-handed, you're adding that strength to the right side. Reach your hands out, dive cobra, crown, chin, chest. Gaze upward, chest out, opening the chest. So the shoulders are kind of coming back, the chest is sticking out, and your gaze is upward. Curl the toes, up the pyramid, adjust the feet and hands. Height on your toes, close child's pose. Now we're going to surrender, right? All right, and up to rectangle position. Where are we at? 26 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna try to get these 3 in, I hope. So we're in rectangle position again. We're gonna walk through with our left, I'm gonna try to speed it up so I can get the 3 in, I hope. Up halfway, down. I gotta clear my phone out, so I'm trying to get through before it cut off. Last round, this is 3. And if I get enough in the class, I'll increase in the week the class. But right now, I try to pick a time that a lot of people can be free to do, right? And you're gonna start to sweat doing this. So this is a full workout. I did a plank, a little push up down to strengthen this left side. Curl the toes up. Here it is. Whew. Did I do the Sphinx? I hope I didn't forget. Right side. And that's pending I didn't forget the Sphinx, and then the child's pose. Right? I'm sweating. It's like 78 in here. I don't even have anything on. It's on heat, but it's not on. So I'm getting a little hot yoga today. Left over right. All right, chest to knee, palms to mat. Curl those toes, extend that leg. Pyramid. Just your feet and hands. High on your toes. Get up on those toes. Dive. Cobra. Crown, chin, chest. I'm feeling it now. And I think it's because I went so slow at first. Curl the toes. High on your toes. Haru and Ket. I hope I didn't forget this on that other one. Reach out. Crown, chin, chest. I won't know until I play it back. But that's okay. We still keeping it moving. Sometimes you'll kind of you skip along, do something else, I guess. Curl the toes. Pyramid. Just your feet and hands. High on your toes. Get on those toes. And what did I just do? Did I do Herbal and Cat? We're doing child's pose. I'm talking. Throwing my own self off. And rectangle position, right? Now how we began is how we're going to end. So I'm gonna come back. Y'all will be up here still, but I'm gonna come back so you can see how we end. Now, if I'm in a rectangle position and I've done the three repetitions, 2 on each side, 3 on each side, right? We're gonna step back up with our left foot like how we started, right? And we're gonna walk this other one up. We're gonna put the knuckles against the mat, embrace the ankles, pyramid fold, Kemetic fold, pyramid palms against the mat. We gotta end how we started. Fingertips touch the mat, and we're gonna come up. into Tekken. I'm gonna step back, as you can see. Palm center. And we're gonna go up into Tekken, into back bend, into Ka. Up into Tekken, 2 finger and thumb meet, right? So remember, when we go back, those, you're making this, okay? So into Tekken, into back bend, into Ka. Right? And back up. All right. And palm center. Make sure you're breathing. And relax slowly. We are not throwing all that good energy away. And we're going to ground ourselves. A little bend here. And we're going to twist that out a little bit. Ooh, good grief. That was some workout. Right? Well, that was the basic sun salutation, Kemetic yoga, basic sun salutation for beginners. I threw a little extra stuff in there just to show you, did a little side view just to show you. Oh, I'm sweating down my back. I like to have it warm because I like to sweat. You can see a little bit of, I was starting to sweat. If I'd have kept going, I'd have been in full sweat mode. Because it really gets everything going. It gets the blood and the oxygen up to the brain. You know, because we're standing up. You know, we're slouched over a lot of times in a day, not correcting our posture, not being, you know, aware of how we're sitting, how we're slumped over. And in Kemetic yoga, you'll learn about the breath. And once you get what it really is, you're gonna always practice that. And then it helps you get started with meditation, with, like I said, oneness with your breath. Every movement is an exhale or an inhale, okay? You don't move in the in-between. You're moving with the inhale and the exhale, which is the oneness with the breath, the divine shoot. You know, so you got to always be aware of your breath. It's like when you take steps, one should be an inhale, one should be an exhale. But a lot of times we've only did one inhale, and we're just all out of balance with our breath, with our divine shoot, okay? So we're going to do sesh 1 and sesh 2, which is like the prayer pose. A lot of Muslims and the scribes do this pose. This is sesh 2, and this is reflexology on your toes, and it helps you open up the sinuses in your head. So you're on your toes, and this takes a minute to sit like this. So you can, if it takes a minute, you can kind of do this. I started off, I used to do this a lot and go back down because it was like, ow, ow. I didn't know that was like that, right? So if you can't sit like this for very long, then just raise up a little bit, twist them, and then go back down. And as you begin to do it, you'll get more advanced at doing it. So you sit sesh 2, you're in your reflexology, hands on your thighs, and you're up straight like this. And just breathe. And now if you want to do sesh 2, you can come up going on the dorsum part of the foot. If you're a nurse like me, that's called the dorsum of the foot. And you're sitting down, sesh 1. And back straight, posture erect, hands on the thighs. And still, if you can't sit like this for a long time, just kind of come up, right? Get your footing back again, because it take a minute to get used to this pose right here. When you start, you'll see, you know, and then just come back again. And as you continue to practice that, it'll get longer, and it'll get longer, and it'll get longer, okay? You're hitting the reflexology points in the foot, and with yoga, you're hitting the reflexology points in the hand, okay? Chinese medicine does acupuncture, right? Acupressure, and that's what you're doing, but in a smaller, you know, not so deep like the needles or anything like that. You're doing it from just the grounding of the fingers and the toes, and the, you know, putting the pressure on those spots to open up different organs and to get things moving, right? So that's what you would do, okay? And as you sitting like this, you can kind of do a little meditation, kind of quiet your mind. So this helps you be able to focus and quiet your mind. Then we're going to sit like this. I'm not that flexible. I used to be, and then I stopped doing this pose and got back rusted again. So now I got to work this leg all the way back down again. So every so often I'll sit like this, and I'll just lean a little bit on that leg, and it kind of opens up that joint, that hip, that opens up that pelvic area right there. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody. This is not a race, okay? This is something to look forward to. This is the best part of the journey, because you got the documentation of where you were, and then when you get to the end and you're like, gosh, I remember when I couldn't do that pose, and then I remember now I can do that pose, and so now I'm gonna work on the next pose. So even to sit like this, it's hard for some people to even sit as long as I'm sitting now, and that's okay, because like I said, you have nothing to prove. You have nothing to prove. This is not a race. This is not a competition, okay? This is about oneness with your body. This is about moving energy through the body, okay? A lot of people don't really understand what energy is, and they like to tell you what to do and how to do it, and do this, and you better do, and that's not what it is. You know, you can't tell another person what to do. You can only ask them. You can only ask them. You can't make them and tell them to do nothing that is certainly that you're not doing. So that's rule number one, right? So with that said, energy is not about mandating. Energy is not dictating. Energy is not about force. Energy is not about restrictions, limitations, right? Borders, walls, right? Being in a box, right? Because energy is not in a box, is it? Energy is moving all through this universe, all through us, all through animals, all through trees, all through this mat, right? It's going from, if y'all seen the movie Fallen, y'all need to see the movie Fallen with Denzel way back when. And that's what it was trying to tell you about energy. Energy transforms, and energy changes, and energy moves, right? It's always on the go. It's never just standing still. It's always, you know, going from one object to the next. You know, I had a patient that ended up being a Reiki master, a Russian Reiki master. And he taught me this trick to show if a picture had energy in it. And that was my first, I think that was my first meeting with a Reiki master. And he taught me so much during my my nurse visit, you know, for home health, that I was like, I walked away and I was like, what do you say? He was herbalist like me, And little do I know, after that, I started, you know, which I wanted to take Reiki a while back, but I didn't really do it. But when I met him, I was like, this dude is off the chain. He had the herbs, around the house. He was showing me the herbs and everything. So you never know, you know, what your path is about and what path you're going to actually take. But the path will create itself. But one thing I do know, it will never evolve just one aspect of spirituality. You will encompass all of it. So for a person like, you know, to say, I'm just going to do yoga and call themselves spiritual, no. Or I'm just going to be vegan and call myself spiritual, no. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm just going to lift weights and call myself spiritual. No, our ancestors didn't do that. Our ancestors had a multi-facet. They had a multi-dimensional reality, not just a 3D physical reality, right? They had a multi-dimensional reality. And a lot of people confuse spirituality thinking, I'm doing one thing and I call myself spiritual, or a light worker, or I'm reading tarots and I'm reading numerology or astrology charts and shit, natal charts, and I call myself spiritual. No, that's not spiritual. Spiritual is to encompass all of spirituality. And if you are evolving on schedule, for real, you're gonna be picking up different applications to incorporate in your journey, to incorporate along your journey as the path creates itself for you. Because you don't pick and choose and create the path. The path creates itself. And you're gonna follow what? Energy. What energy is telling you, where energy is leading you. And before you know it, if you look back, you go, wow, look at all the steps that it took for me to get here. It did not take you one step, my child. It did not take you one application. It took you many applications, right? Spiritual applications, meaning doing the work, not just picking what you feel comfortable with doing, right? It meant I gotta do some herbs, maybe get my body in line in the inside, get my vibration up, detox my body with the seasons. Baby, it's more than yoga. It's more than vegan. It's more than tarot, okay? Our ancestors did a number of stuff. Some people haven't even had a Ifa, a Yoruba reading to even tell what their life was like, what they were in another life, to help even guide them down the path of what they come to do here. They just pick up something and go, oh, I'm a light worker. No, you're not. That ain't being a light worker. A light worker is picking up those sciences from ancients. It's picking up what they did. They worked with crystals. They worked with plants, like, right, the herbs. They worked with copper, yes, because you have copper in your body. That's what you need to activate. The copper content is low in our earth. The conductor, the conduit. See, people talk about light shit, light this, light that, and don't even know the elements they made of. They don't even know the orishas. They don't even know African spirituality to be, to come correct. They don't have an altar in their home. They don't have a shrine in their home. They're not practicing shit, okay? But running that mouth, that's it. And pretending and faking like they know something. Be careful who you follow, because it's fraud people out here pretending to be spiritual, light workers, light beings, and they're not. Just like in religion, it was people out there, taking it and teaching it all wrong, and now you have pastors coming up, waking up, and now they're putting the spirituality back, you know, where it's supposed to be. They're putting things back in the right perspective. Some, few, not all. See what I'm saying? So there's a difference, and it takes you tuning into your vibration and your energy to even rip. Look, I see how my leg just kind of fell down. It fell down. I know. I was like, wait a minute, it looked a little lower. Because I'm sitting here, right, stretching it while I'm, you know, holding this pose, trying to get that muscle to back relaxed. Because I used to be almost there like this one. But that's a little technique. When I know I'm rusted and I haven't practiced this pose in a minute, it'll lock back up. That's why these poses, you got to kind of do these poses a couple of times a week to keep, you know, more than a couple of times a week, like 3, 4, 5 days a week, to keep that flexibility. Because your leg, when you're starting off, it'll pop back into that old that old way you used to be. So that's why it's a journey, you know. But not to get off of that subject, but I'm gonna get off of that subject. But I just wanted to let y'all know, you have to encompass all of spirituality. You can't pick and choose what you want to do with it. That's like people picked and choose religion. And see, that's what religion has done. All these different divisions, people have picked and choose the part they want to do. That's not discipline. That is not self-control. And that's not knowledge of self. Our ancestors didn't never half-ass give us shit, okay? They gave us all of it. All of it. Because they know all of it will take what will be what it takes for you to complete yourself, for you to get those missing applications. They knew that if the more they showed you, the more whole and oneness you would become. See, people, don't let me start. Don't let me mess up a good yoga video. I'ma chill. Because that's another video. But that energy trying to, so I'm gonna be like, okay, energy, we're gonna save this for another video. But, you know, ground yourself, you know, and you can do some stretch. Ooh, Lord, I locked that leg up. Okay. Ooh. But I like to stretch. And so one day I'm gonna be able to wrap these fingers under my feet. But, you know, I'm just gonna do a little bit of this because I want to get everything kind of loose from doing. And rotate your ankles and stuff. That's in the warm up. So y'all look in the warm up. We do bridges, we do fireballs, we do rotating the hands simultaneously. We do cleansing breath, you know, so that's all at the beginning warm up. You didn't get that in this video, so go find the warm up and do it. Thank you for watching. I am expecting 10 people in my class, April the 4th through May the 3rd, $150. I am expecting that because now is the time we get about our business, okay, and get to work on ourselves and stop looking at other people, right, and worry about ourselves getting in oneness with our Creator, right, with our creation, right, with our reality, right, and not living an illusion, not living a lie, not living with this mascara on, right, this mask on. You know, spirituality will have you get really real. It ain't a joke. A lot of people think it's a joke. It's deeper than what they even realize it is. Oh, I can't believe this thing stayed on an hour. But it's a lot deeper than what people think it is. They're still touching on the surface, right? Because they ain't went deep. Trust me. Because if you went deep, you'll be doing right. And you'll be doing and teaching right. Okay? You won't be teaching one aspect of something, one little old inkling of something. you will encompass it all, because it is all. It is about all. So how are you going to leave the rest of yourself out? Did they ever think of that? How are y'all leaving the rest of y'all self out? Scared. That's what I'm talking about. You're running. You're still running from yourself with the mascara on, okay? With the mask. They didn't call it mascara for nothing, because it's a mask. You're running from yourself. Embrace yourself. You are who you are. And if you love who you are, you will embrace who you are. You will embrace who you are. Ooh, that hurt my ankles. This floor. Now that was on my bone. But anyway, get y'all a good yoga mat, get you a towel, and get you some water, and pre-register for my yoga class, because we about to have it going on. I'm not going to talk no spiritual stuff, but we going to get this yoga going, okay? we going to get these bodies toned and the muscles, right? Serpent goddess, that's me. You know, but the copper serpent goddess, to be exact, okay? We're going to get these muscles toned. We're going to get these bodies in shape. We're going to get the inside detox. I got those herbs down below. You know, a lot of things you can invest in. You can make money on the side with, if you don't want to do them full time, or if you just want the product for yourself. Our bond is $29 a year, and you can order whatever you want out of the catalog. New body, you have to email me, KimArts2020@gmail.com. Look on the site, newbodyproducts.net. See what you want herbally. Do consult your doctors though, and email me, and I'll give you the prices, and we'll do the payment, and I will have it shipped to your, I will ship it off to your post box or whatever you want to give me, you know, to mail it, or the nearest Kinko or FedEx. If you don't want to give me your address, just let me know, and I can ship it from a FedEx or a Kinko's, okay? That's no problem. So I have KARATBARS if you like investing. You want to look at investing and look at the overall long term for your retirement or vacation, you know, or a cushion, or whatever you want to do to save money. I have that down there too with the KARATBARS. I do personal stock investing myself. I've done Bitcoin myself, looked at Forex myself. So it's just what you want to do. But like I said, you got to encompass all of it. People can't pick and choose one thing, baby. That's not spirituality. Our application never evolved around one thing. We were multi-dimensional beings. We are 9 ether melanated multi-dimensional beings. We knew what we needed to know for the whole being, not one application. And I don't even call tarot reading one application or yoga one application. That's like, you know, something minute, right? So we did it all. So you can't just say I'm spiritual and you're only doing one thing and you have nothing else to offer anybody. You encompass it all, from the finance, if you know the zodiacs and natal charts, you got to encompass all of that chart, that whole 12 zodiac chart is about. You got to encompass that whole thing. You don't just start off at Aries and then just say I'm just Aries. We're all the signs, so we have to encompass all of it to make the whole. That's spirituality. People are not practicing what they're preaching, okay? Ooh, Lord, I'm so sick of fake people. I am sick of them. Sick to stinking sick, okay? But it is what it is, and I know that comes with it. That comes with the territory. You got those blocking and still working for master. That's it. They blocking, still working for master. Still working on the plantation. I understand that. Believe me, I understand, superstand, and overstand that shit. They only mission is to get in your way, to keep you from getting it. Trust that. Now, I wouldn't be telling you this for no reason. The energy want me to tell you this, but that's their only purpose, to serve master. Trust that. And you better know how to peep them kind. Trust that. You better know how to peep them kind. They ain't in your corner, baby. They're trying to lead your butt over here, back to the slaughter. You better believe it. Don't listen to everybody. Everybody ain't proving to you that they got more than one thing and that they working the spiritual science, the spirituality sciences, baby. That ain't the person you need to be following. I'm just gonna be blunt with you. If they ain't working the spiritual sciences, baby, that's why they can't tell me shit. They can't tell me nothing, because I'm looking at what you look like. You ain't looking no kind of healthy to me. You know, I'm a little chunky, but goddamn, I got my shit clean. I foot detox. I got a foot detox machine. Ain't nobody who doing that. Ain't many people doing that. I take cell salts. Who doing that? Ain't many people. See, they can't tell you nothing holistically. They just reading damn cards or doing yoga or being vegan, but they can't lead you nowhere else. Nowhere else where you need to go. What you need to be doing. What applications you need to incorporate in your daily life. Don't have an altar, like I said. Don't have a shrine. Don't even know what that is. Don't even know how to create one. Don't even know what to put on it. Come on, y'all. Stop playing with these people. Stop playing with these freaking people. Y'all know your ass ain't right. Just full of the goddamn devil. That's it. The master devil. That's it. That's your energy you serving, the devil. Y'all know that's y'all anyway, right? Lucifer, devil, Satan, Jesus, if you want to call his ass, God, and whoever else you want to call their ass. Y'all know that's all y'all, right? Y'all probably say, who is this girl? Yeah, I'm the truth. You better know it. I don't just talk about it. I am about it. That's what you're going to find out. Don't play with it. Them horns will come up. 420, baby, for life. For life. That's that nothingness y'all don't know nothing about. That's right. I said it. Smile. Anyway, I'm a taupe. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. What is it? Namaste. The divine in me recognize the divine in you. Peace. Okay. Greetings. Peace be unto you. Okay. And all that. Alafia to my Yoruba. People out there, Yoruba tradition, Yoruba religion. I greet you. Alafia. Okay. Thank you all. Motupe. Dua neta. Dua mata nature. Okay. Medu neta. Okay. I say that to say this. Study yourself. It's time to get those practical, spiritual, practical applications going, baby. We are in the spiritual, practical application. You are in the adapt chambers, baby. It's time to adapt. All right. It's time to do. Okay. Not just talk. It's time to do, because none of that knowledge y'all spitting, debating, or congregating about ain't gonna mean nothing if nobody ain't doing it. If nobody ain't putting it to what? Practical application. Knowledge is only power when it is what? Applied effectively. And that's where we're at. Effectively applying spirituality. Effectively applying the knowledge we have learned. Because if you scared to apply the knowledge, then it's something wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with candles. Ain't nothing wrong with crystals. Ain't nothing wrong with bowls, if that's what keep your vibration up. Heck, I got to do that just on a Reiki person just to get their chakras open, because they got so much toxicity and so much trauma and stuff buried down in them. We have to do that as Reiki masters usually. to try to get that vibration up and break up that blockage of energy. You know, it's all spiritual tools, and you are supposed to use your spiritual tools. Don't let nobody tell you you're not. I'm not saying be dependent on them, but I'm saying you do have to use them for the services of others, to get others aligned properly, and you do what it takes. So don't never let nobody take that from you. That's like telling them goddamn Christians don't take their ass to church. They're going to look at you like you crazy. So shut the F up, okay? You don't even know what you're talking about. You tell their ass not to go to church and see what they do. They going up there getting brainwashed. They still going though, huh? Still giving money to somebody that's stealing their money, taking their money. They can't even get a loan from the church without filling out a goddamn application, and then can only do it once a year. What kind of shit is that? I done gave you more than a year worth of tithes and offering. Y'all don't want the real. Oh, y'all don't want the real. Do y'all want the real? You sure you want to take the mask off? You ready to take the mascara off, boo-boo? Huh? Do you really want to see the real? Do you? Do you really want to come to the light? Huh? Because the light is your dark self. It's your darkness. It's that dark ether. It's that dark energy, that dark matter. You really want to come to darkness, baby? Come on to the other side. I'm going to show you the light. I'm going to show you the real light. Golly, these fools, boy, I swear. Oh, Lord, let me get my butt off of this floor because it's hurting my ankles. I ain't on my mat. But anyway, peace, love, and as you know what I say, harmony, baby. It's all about the harmony.